Hey guys, Cameron here with another video. For this video I'm doing a voice narration because I lost my audio footage when I was recording this through the Oculus. But this is a cool experience as far as me opening up Filemaker in a VR virtual reality, like virtual desktop experience type. And we are creating a new Filemaker database file, and I am creating some new tables right now. I think I just did like customers and then invoices, and then I go in and make some fields for the customers table. It's a pretty cool experience, guys, I gotta say. To have this virtual environment of like escaping the office that you have, to be honest, and like being able to view different types of things around you as far as changing the background. Like you can see the space background over there. They have this virtual keyboard. It works good. It can be better. The thing that really messes with it is if you move the keyboard a lot, and I didn't realize how often I really move the keyboard, but if you move the keyboard it will mess with the calibration. You can see I'm doing like a calculation field right now in Filemaker, which is pretty cool. And then pretty soon I know I start like trying to like utilize my other monitors that I have there, of like the environment that I would have. You can spawn up to, so the center screen is the desktop computer, so it's my MacBook, so that's the MacBook monitor. And then the cool thing with Immersed app, you're able to spawn virtual monitors, meaning that you don't have to have monitors plugged into your computer in order to view monitors. You can spawn up to 4 additional virtual monitors, so you can have a total of 5 monitors in virtual reality. Now I'm running a 2015 MacBook Pro 15-inch. I have 16 gigabytes of RAM that I put in. I have 1 terabyte SSD, and although the CPU doesn't peak performance, the CPU does get hot, and I don't know if that has to do with the GPU or not. I'm not sure. I was trying to do research and find out if the if using the VR headset is utilizing the GPU in the computer at all. And I have a feeling it is, because probably it's calculating the GPU calculations and then sending that over Wi-Fi, because the only way you can really connect, you can do a hardwire connection, but it's still going to be over Wi-Fi. You're just connecting straight to your computer via going from your headset to your computer to your router. There's a difference there. Or from the headset to the router to your computer, there's that latency, versus just going straight to your computer and making the change that you want. So I'm just like showing right now what it looks like to have mail open, and I'm reading an email there from LiveCode of like what's possible. I'm working with LiveCode, to be honest, right now on the app. I'm opening up Figma. My designer in-house uses Figma, so just kind of simulating what that would feel like about having Figma open. Immersed is not a horrible app. It's definitely going to be expensive if I choose to go and stick around with this route. One thing that's like keeping me from like committing, like yeah, I'm going to be using this full time, is right now I have glasses, and the glasses that I have don't really fit in the VR headset too well, so I can only go about maybe 2 hours of use before it starts getting uncomfortable. And then plus on top of that, having glasses, you still have that you still have that that portion of your eyesight where you can still see the outside world and you can still see the outside screen of the Oculus. So they're like, if you're looking straight, left and right is kind of blurry, top and bottom is definitely blurry. So just doing without moving your head and just moving your eyes left or right, up or down, it does get a little blurry there. And one thing that's going to solve that is they have prescription lenses you can order, which I ordered them. They're $80 from Frames Direct, I believe, framesdirect.com. I ordered those, and a lot of reviews online on YouTube have said that it solves that blurriness issue, which if that works and I can comfortably wear the Oculus for at least 3 to 4 hours at a time without taking a break, I most likely will invest into this. But then again, I don't know, because I have 3 monitors already, and right now with the with this Immerse app, if I spawn, I've only tried 3 and 5. I haven't tried the middle ground 4 there. It just seems kind of weird to try to use 4 monitors, which actually would be nice. Probably now thinking about it, putting the 4th monitor above the main center screen. So if I can do 4 monitors, most likely. I really wanted to try 5, but the computer that I have, like I said, the MacBook Pro 2015, it doesn't really, it can't really handle the performance. I mean, you can spawn the monitors, but as far as moving forward and starting to do work, you're starting to put more load on your computer the more apps you open up. So it's like, you can have 5 monitors, but you can only have 3 apps open. It kind of defeats the purpose. So I'm still playing with that. I want to do research as far as like maybe an external GPU, maybe if that would improve that performance, or maybe if it's more of the network. I don't know how much more I can improve my network. I'm already on a 5 gigahertz network. I have the Nighthawk router that's used for gaming, so the speed at which there is really fast. So I don't know, I want to do more research on the GPU, especially the external GPU. If I can buy one of those and that can improve my performance, then that would be even better. One thing I did notice here is that I'm used to having Filemaker open and my screen being a lot bigger than it is. And Filemaker, I can usually see the default layout size, but here I noticed that I couldn't actually see the full layout size. I have a pretty big monitor. I have a 32-inch external monitor and a 25-inch or 27-inch external monitor, and then the MacBook. So that's a total of three total screens that I have. Here I have 3 total screens, but they seem smaller, so it's like I still have less real estate area as far as for applications. Because I can comfortably, usually on my 32-inch, I can comfortably have like a full-size FileMaker database layout open in design mode, and then to the right of that I would have like the script editor open, so I can take a look at my layout and figure out what I'm programming with the script editor. But here it doesn't really seem like I can do that just yet. But then again, a lot of that plays, you can mess with the resolutions and stuff like that, which I haven't done fully. Here you can see that I'm actually viewing the script editor on the external display to the right, which looks pretty cool, I gotta say. It's really cool. And later on in the video, I kind of like view away from like FileMaker for a little bit, and I start going to like Chrome and YouTube, and I start playing with the Oculus like menus and positioning and scaling and stuff like that. Here I'm still just playing with FileMaker and making a cool little app, just adding a customer and then like billing a customer. Nothing too fancy. As far as the latency, I gotta say, using the performance mode in Immerse, there's really, in the beginning when I first downloaded Immerse and started playing, there was a tremendous lag of like 10 milliseconds between my mouse. But then as I did performance mode and adjusted some settings, my milliseconds came down to 4, 3. It was bouncing between like 3 and 4, which is hardly noticeable at all as far as there being a latency between the mouse, keyboard, and the Immerse app on the Oculus. As far as runtime, I think the Oculus running all this stuff, I think I was hovering around maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of battery. But the cool thing is you can plug in the Oculus. I might just have to order, if I do decide to do that, I might have to order a longer cable, because it works for where I sit, but as I look to the right screen, the right external monitor, it was my cable was shortening up there. So you can see that I'm actually using my hands to control the menu screens, and like right now I'm showing you like the different environments that you can change to. This is like a little cocker room. It's actually pretty cool. They have this social aspect where there's like parties where other people working in the app, you can actually join them and work with them, and the Immerse app just kind of simulates like default apps. You don't get to see actually what people are working on, which is good. I haven't learned how to unlock my screens yet to move them over. Your left hand finger and index pinching will bring up the app menu. So we're inside the Immerse app, and this will bring up the menu to control settings for this app. If you do the same thing with your right hand, it will bring up the settings for Oculus, so you can go to like home and stuff like that. Right there, I just did my ring finger and thumb. That will disable your hand movements, so you don't move the screens or anything, so it doesn't recognize those things, which is pretty cool. Right now I'm showing some more environments. This is actually a pretty cool environment. It looks like you're outside. It's a realistic photo. It's a real photo. It's a 360-degree photo. So it looks so real in the Oculus, to be honest. I think at the time I told myself I can turn my heater on in my room and I can actually feel some heat outdoors. And probably open up the window in my office to make it actually smell and feel like I'm outside. It's so realistic. So yeah, this is more of a VR reality, like work environment for programmers / like small business owners that are looking to build their apps. I don't know how many people out there are interested in VR, but it was something that I'm interested in. I do program in Filemaker, and I think it would have been cool to. It's cool to probably be the first to work in VR in Filemaker as far as being on YouTube, which is pretty cool. Immerse has this webcam feature where you can turn on, and it's like you can position that little blue icon there is like it's actually a webcam, so you can actually position that and make yourself like a VR virtual reality avatar that will position itself based off your head movements, based off of where that webcam is placed. So like you have this virtual webcam, then you have the reality Oculus headset, and these things are communicating together to position your avatar in a certain way, which is pretty crazy. But in all honesty, I think the future will be virtual VR / augmented. I think it's going to be a combination of both. There's not going to just be one. I think, especially with Filemaker, getting involved with more virtual reality events for specific developers would be pretty cool down the line. Doing tech support with clients. I was curious to see if anyone has asked about VR in the community, so I actually went to the development community on Claris to check out and see if anyone had searched for like an app for VR. I don't know exactly what you would need done, because all VR really is like this external monitor display, which is no different than an actual application on your computer. Most VR apps right now is as far as like viewing something in the real world or creating a virtual reality of that world. But as I was playing with this, I was trying to think of like, okay, if I was building an app in Filemaker, what are some things that would be cool that we can utilize? Well, it would be cool if you had employees on a specific job, and you go in Filemaker, you go to that specific job, and maybe you had employees on that job at the moment and they had a question about something. Imagine being able to spin up virtual reality through Filemaker and having the experience of virtually being there with your employee on the job site, but also having the augmented reality on top of that that will showcase the job information, like the location, the size of the job, the notes of the job. So someone in the office, and I say this because I'm around construction, so like I understand, like I have a lot of knowledge, and let's say I go out to the store or I go to the office real quick and I leave my employees around and they just forget some notes, or they don't really recall what I meant or what I'm doing. Being able to jump into this real quick would be, this is way down the line probably, but I just think it'd be cool to have that augmentedness of, let's say that photograph right now where you can see the clouds and the grass was the employee looking at the field grass of clouds, but the augmented reality would be these screens that are showing the data for the specific job that they're at. This is something around the lines of the HoloLens as well. The HoloLens, they're already trying to accomplish this with Microsoft. I wanted to see what my website looked like on VR there. It's actually looking pretty nice. That's kind of when I noticed that that was an actual webcam. I was like, oh my god, that's an actual webcam. That's pretty crazy. The hand movements are nuts. I don't know if I did in this video, but I was eventually able to realize how I can create a boundary for my desk, because I kept bumping my desk, but there's a way of creating your own desk boundary within the app so that you know where your desk is at, which is pretty cool. Right here, this menu, you can actually see that latency clock. I think it says 4 right now. I think I was like locked out. I couldn't figure out how to get back in the app or something. I'm pretty close here. The video is going to end. Yeah, guys, that was a little brief VR experience in Oculus Quest 2 and the Immerse app. If you would like to see more of these videos, I'd be happy to make them. I don't know how many people are interested in it, but please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks, guys.